Hello everyone, my name is Anthony Palmer. In this video, I'm going to give you an overview of the yield trends in the latest version of OEE Optimizer. Without further ado, let's jump right in. The first thing you need to know is how to get to the yield trends page. This is done simply by going to the navigation pane in the top left of the page, going to yield trends, and clicking. This will take you to the yield trends page where we can see a number of different things. Across our different charts, we have a reject chart in general. We have yield by line or other grouping, reject event count by different groupings, yield by time frame, and reject trends. The first chart, the overall reject chart, shows us all of our different reject events and how many times they've occurred within the specific time frame. You can see the number at the end of the bar or across the axis below. We can scroll further down to see other events that are not shown at the top. And if you want more specifics, you can hover over that specific event to see the event name, the event count, and the event code. Next, we'll look at yield by grouping. As you've seen potentially in some of the other videos, we can use drill up and drill down to adjust what groupings we look at. In this case, we're currently looking at yield by line, but if we were to go further down the hierarchy, we could look at yield by type, or yield by individual machine. Or we can drill all the way up and see yield by different locations. We can do the same thing with the reject event count by type chart. This allows us to go further down to individual machine rejects. We can cycle up to individual lines or up to locations. Next, we have the yield by time frame chart. This allows us to cycle up and down based on how much we want the data grouped. So for example, we're currently grouped per hour. We can drill up to see yield grouping by day or even by week. And you can see all the data is grouped at different data points by that specific time frame. Or we can even go all the way down to 10-minute time periods. The final chart to look at is the reject trends chart. There are two different sets of reject trends we can look at. The first is the all set, where they are grouped by line. So we can see, for example, at this specific time period, this would be November 3rd at 8 a.m. Line 1 has 9 rejects, line 3 has 17, and line 4 has 12. You can hover across to see the different breakdowns at different time periods, and we can drill up and drill down to adjust how the data is split. So if we drill up, we can now see how rejects are trending per day, or even per week, or we can go all the way down the hierarchy and see how the data is trending every 10 minutes. The other option for reject trends is the split option. This lets us look at our data based on individual reject codes. So we can see all the different reject events split out into hour time periods. Again, we can drill up and drill down through this, so we can now see them in day groupings, and we can hover over this to see all the different rejects that happened on that particular day. We can go further up into week time periods, or we can go all the way down into 10-minute time periods. This concludes the yield trends video. Thank you for watching.